Good evening. Welcome to Investigator News, and I'm your host, Ellie Holder. And we got news and world news tonight. To start off, Newport evacuations ordered, and it was after they think is a false alarm. They are having massive flooding there. Um, they urged all downtown Newport to evacuate immediately, just after 3 p.m. today, following reports that a North Carolina dam had suffered a catastrophic failure. Uh, the Tennessee Emergency Management Agency said around 4:40 it was told by Duke Energy that the dam had not failed. So people were freaking out and thinking that the dam had broke, but they said no. There is no longer a risk of an imminent dam failure for the Walters Dam on the Pigeon River. So that was very scary. If you really don't know where it's at, let me show you. It's right. I don't know if you could see it. I don't think it's big enough. Let me see. I'll throw me little so you guys could see this. All right, there we go. That's where it's at. And they are having massive flooding, um, and and they said that it's going to be a long time for cleanup. It's going to be for most of the South. Uh, Now we are getting parts of this hurricane. We've gotten light rain today, no wind, just nice steady flow of light rain. But the hurricane damage. Well, this was Lake Charles bid farewell to a storm damaged landmark. Um, and it was almost reduced to rubble. You guys should see this. This is just really wow. I said wow when I watched it. So this is from the hurricane, folks. Well, I'm gonna throw this so you guys could see this stuff. There you go. So, oh boy, looky here. All right. So it was a category four when it hit the Big Bend, Florida area. I called my nephew last night. He's in Orlando, and he said they were having some tornadoes, but nothing really real bad. But this is sad to see, as we get tornadoes here, and we get a lot of damage, and it's just so sad to see when family homes are destroyed like this. It takes a long time for the insurance companies to get to them. Uh, all right, U.S. warships come under attack in the Red Sea. Guess who decided they? I don't know why we have such small terrorist countries that go after our Navy fleets. But U.S. warships came under attack in the Red Sea as nearly 2 dozen incoming missiles and drones shot down. Now, who did it? Yemen. Iran-backed Houthi militants have attacked numerous commercial and military vessels following October 7th massacre. They're still upset about this. And so we came under attack once again by Yemen and the Houthis. Oh yeah, that's not the last of them in the news tonight. I still got more. Okay, so um, I caught this on Laura Ingraham last night, And oh my goodness. But this is something that these they're warning people because these giant, Karen, cover your eyes. Um, Giant Joro spiders are coming again. Yes.
I cannot believe my team is making me do another spider segment. All right, you follow me on social media, you watch the show. You know, I'm terrified of insects, especially the Joro spiders. That well, they're now spreading, making their way up the East Coast. I hope they're skipping over the DC area. These things are huge. They have a leg span of up to 4 inches, and one is apparently here right now, along with Andy Davis, ecologist at.
Okay, I can't show too much of it. You know, they'll get me. They'll get me a copyright. Yeah, up the East Coast, Karen. I'm over here, you know, way over. Yeah, I'm not on the East Coast, but we got some hellacious, icky yellow spiders here, about the same size, you know. And I see it, and I get the raid and stand back like 10 feet. I don't know if the raid ever gets to them because the kids got to come out and redo it for me. But yeah, there you have it. Let me see if. Oh, oops. All right. Three hackers with Iran ties indicted in plot against Trump campaign. Now, remember, they said they were going to interfere, they were going to strike. And yes, Iranian hackers were targeting Trump's campaign. This is according to General Merrick Garland.
Well, I met her when she was 17, and she used to come into my salon, which I managed in Bond Street in London.
I got background from another tab. Okay. So 3 men connected to Iran have been indicted in relation to an hacking plot against former Donald Trump's campaign. According to the Department of Justice, they announced it this morning. Um, uh, all three suspects named in the case, according to a federal indictment unsealed this morning. The indictment shows the trio are facing a long list of charges, including conspiracy to obtain information from a protected computer, defraud and obtain a thing of value, committing a fraud involving authentication features, commit aggravated identity theft, and to commit access device fraud, and wire fraud. So, yeah, they're in trouble. They got caught. You know, thank goodness Department of Justice, they were on this, because who knows what they could have done. Um, well, today in Israel, the biggest thing that Israel is doing is they're targeting Hezbollah leaders and Nasrallah. Um, and they did a strike on the Beirut headquarters where they think Hezbollah leaders are. They've been doing specific sites today, and they're hoping to take down as many leaders as they can. So I think it's going to get fierce over the weekend. Netanyahu has vowed to increase and to hit more strategic military, maybe munition sites, as well as seeking out Hezbollah leaders. Now, any surface to air missiles. I know what you're talking about. Let's see. It doesn't say, William. It was a very short article. I mean, like three, just, you know how they are. North Carolina removes 700. Now, here's the wow: 747,000 from voter rolls. Among the most common removal was change of address without notification, moving out of the state. Also, they said dead people and those that were migrants that never should have registered. 747,000 North Carolina voters removed. Wow. Now, today in California, Santa Maria's courthouse, they were interrupted and had to be evacuated because of an IUD detonated at the courthouse. The suspect is in custody. The American courthouse was rocked by an explosion Wednesday, injuring 2 people and leaving a chaotic scene. An improvised explosive device was detonated shortly after court had opened for the day. Officials said the explosives were intentionally put in place. They said that approximately 8:35, this was for Wednesday, a man opened the door of a department and began screaming that the FDA is poisoning 900,000 people every year, screaming and throwing a fit. He then threw a bomb into the courtroom and ran. The device ignited in smoke. Can you imagine going to court and going through this? Wow. Okay, I'm going to keep going. Then um, he said when the smoke billowed out from the open door, people were running and screaming, "It's a bomb." The suspect has so far only been identified as an adult male. They have not yet confirmed any potential motive he had for targeting the courthouse. They said the sheriff's department will be posting updates. Only 2 people were injured. Wow. Um, Now, here you go, William. China wants dominance in the Pacific, but its latest attack sub has sunk. Yeah, they've lost one of their latest attack subs, and they're trying to cover it up. China's Navy has a lot of combat ships, but more in fact than the United States Navy, and that's concerning. What they don't have much ability is to project power, and that they lack at sea. And so China's newest nuclear powered submarine sank, um, they say, in the spring in a major setback, and no one knew about it. And for one, the country's priority weapons and programs uh, is trying to not only cover it up, but make sure the rest of the world doesn't see this. Um, the Chinese authorities scrambled to cover it up and hasn't previously been disclosed. And it occurred at a shipyard near Wuhan in late May or early June, is what our Department of Defense and the Pentagon seem to think. And it comes as China has been pushing to expand its navy, including a fleet of nuclear powered subs. The sub was built by China State Shipping Corp. And it was observed on the last time around a pier in the Yangtze River in late May, when it was undergoing its final equipping before going to sea. After the sinking, um, large floating cranes arrived early June to salvage the sub, but tried to do it very privately. And that was according to our own satellite photos. We would have never known. Um, so, um, wow. So yeah, their subs aren't as grand as they say they are. So I know they're doing mini subs, they're doing big subs, they're doing nuclear subs. Or yeah, I think if sometimes if you do something really quick, it doesn't stick. Yes. So wow, isn't that something? All right, now I think William, yeah, I think you did the story on this about George Soros to buy 200 U.S. radio stations right before the election. Well, what's he plan on doing? Nobody knows. Um, uh, so me and William went over this. I believe was it Wednesday or Monday? So he can only have so many um, before it's considered illegal. And now my thing is, okay, if he gets the 200, what is he going to do? Is he going to shut down any type of broadcasting of the election? Is he going to just put a ban on all conservative and independent and even Green Party stations? Who knows? What if he don't like rock and roll or rap? Is he going to shut them down too? Because of music is freedom of expression. And that's one thing he doesn't like. He did get the 200. Did he get it? Oh, it doesn't say in here. It just says, it just beats around the bush on this one. Um, Now, the Commissioner of Federal Communications warned the FCC not to go beyond its standards, it says, but it doesn't say that he got them or not. But me and William, William, maybe you can grab that for Monday. So, we can have a little bit more on. I kind of want to wait over the weekend to see what the Republican Party is going to do on this. Because, that's going to be, boy, can you imagine Dan Bongino being shut down, and Glenn Beck and the Blaze, who there's a lot of people out there got stations. So all right, Yemen. All right, Yemen's Houthi claimed they fired ballistic missiles into Israel, very deep, and they say they targeted the Jaffa area as well as Tel Aviv using a ballistic missile and a launched drone attack on another vital Israel target in the city of Ashkelon. The two operations occurred last night, and they achieved their goals successfully, they say, vowing to continue strikes against Israel targets to support the brothers in Palestine and Lebanon. So they're going to get in on the action. Now, Indonesia, they had a pretty good gold mine, and they said at least 15 were killed after a landslide. The landslide added, get this, an illegal gold mine in western Indonesia has killed at least 15 people and buried dozens of others. And they said quite a few are missing. The unlicensed mines are common across the mineral-rich Southeast Asian archipelago. I know I didn't say that right, which abandoned sites attract locals who hunt for leftover gold ore without safety equipment. They do that with some of these other, they do it in Australia too. It's not really, well, I guess it's illegal. They go to after the big guys go through and get it all out, they go back, they have little groups of people that'll go in and they'll get what's left and the small stuff. And this here, it was west of Sumatra. They said the heavy rains wouldn't stop, and it ended up causing a major landslide and then buried all these people. Wow. I don't want to get gold that bad. Now today, oh boy, this is, I didn't even remember hearing this on the news at all. But, and I only have just a little bit of info on this. An Arizona college student stabbed twice in random classroom attack. The student was stabbed twice in the classroom by a classmate. So we're not real sure. Much more of the details. I only caught this right before it came on. So we'll keep an eye on this. So this was at a college. It's not at the high school this time. So we've had them at the colleges, the shootings. And so now we have a college student stabbed in a random classroom attack. Data dump. Okay, here we go. But I've got pop-ups all over the place. Data dump shows 650,000 migrant criminals is now the number that are free in America. And I've been doing a lot of talking on this. I did it a little bit with Mary, but it now shows 650,000 criminals. Everything from stealing a car to murder is now loose in our country. And this was from Breitbart. they say the administration is allowing this for these criminal migrants, including at least 13,000 migrant murderers, um, and 220,000 migrants facing criminal charges to roam through America communities. And they said maybe this is why our um, our crime rate overall for the United States is up 67%. The data also shows an additional 15,000 migrant criminals in our jails, 51 migrants who are facing murder charges in our jails. This is above and beyond, folks. The ones roaming, these are extras. So, I mean, think about that. And the others are facing criminal charges, including over 1,800 homicide charges. So they say that it could be close to 51,000 detention beds are being used right now by migrant criminals. And that's not even the ones they caught, because now they still have to go after the 650,000 migrant criminals that are still loose in our country. To me, that's just scary. I never locked my doors before, but I'm locking my doors for about this last year. It just, I see people, I get up I don't sleep well. When I had my surgery, I didn't sleep well at all. And I would see people walking down our street at 2, 3 in the morning. It's like, nah, maybe I need to start locking the doors. Yeah. Now, Abbott, I think that's, I think it's Abbott down in Texas. He is really buckling down, and he's now starting to put it to any terrorist or criminals that are gang members. They are going to start arresting them. They are not going to let them over their borders. Now, you just heard what I said about the crime rate. Now, they said that the Texas Department of Public Safety troopers arrested more than 20 of the Trinity Araga gang members, the ones that's up in, they're finding them in Chicago, they're in New York now, Colorado. Well, they got 20 of them, and they looking into them. They had possession of drugs, they had guns, they were in fatigues, and this is what's coming over our borders. And the governor basically said that he is offering a $5,000 reward for information leading to the identifications and arrest of any of these gang members or other terrorist gang members in the state of Texas. He encourages no one to go out looking for them. Just, if you know about them, or you have one living on your block, or you see them, to please turn them in. He's getting serious with this stuff. All right. And just when we thought that this administration was all happy about the inflation, guess what? It ticked up. Oh yeah, did you guys know that they snuck some points in this morning? Yep. They said the Federal Reserve's price stability goal. They said that it had to. The price index, which includes food and energy prices, rose 0.1%. And then again, 0.2% this last few weeks. So even though they did put a cut in it, folks, it rose 0.1%. 0.1%. So this was, kind of hidden in the news today. Maybe some of your news channels did tell you about it, but it did creep up, and they expect it to creep maybe another a little bit over the next few months. So, so there we have it, folks, for the news and world news. And so I thank you all for watching, and subscribe and hit that share, the like button, or smash the like button, and follow us on Facebook, and just let your friends and family know about our show. And if you're watching us for the first time, we thank you for watching. So with that, folks, we have trivia coming up in the next 30 minutes. And so come on back if you want to try out our trivia show. It's, maybe you'll have a little fun and join in the comments. So with that, folks, we will see you on Monday with me and William for the news. And if not, come on back 30 minutes for trivia. Thank you for watching.